Remain optimistic, lest you become frustrated and ineffective. When I moved here to Montgomery County in 1958, one of the Democrat office holders was talking to me, and he commented rather abruptly, "I can't even spell Republican." I was 12 years old when World War II started. It was a time when our country was so united, and it's such a contrast with what we have today. In 1956, I finished my postgraduate training at the VA hospital in Houston, and at that time the law was that you had to serve 2 years in one of the branches of the service. And so I signed up to go in the service, and they put me in the Navy. I was assigned to a ship, and I was told that it was a secret mission. We would be a part of an atomic weapons test in the Southwest Pacific. And I was on a ship that was within 6 miles of at least 8 of those explosions. In 1963, in spite of my wife's displeasure at doing something that would keep me busier than I was as a young doctor delivering babies and getting up at all hours of the night, I agreed to be the county chairman. On the wall here in the headquarters, there's a sample ballot of the 1964 primary election, which was the second primary election ever held in Montgomery County in over 100 years. 105 people cast their ballots, and I got all 105 votes. After the 64 election, we decided that we needed a fundraiser. And one of our precinct chairmen said to the group, I do think there is a person that might be willing to come speak. George Bush. We all looked at each other like, who in the world is George Bush? We had no idea. And I'll never forget as I sat there next to Barbara Bush, and she said, what a great crowd. There couldn't have been more than 30 people there. But I said, well, you're right, it's a good crowd. So that was the beginning of a great relationship with the Bush family. When we were organizing a Republican Party in Montgomery County, I had this idea that we needed a headquarters to let people know there were Republicans here in Montgomery County. I don't recall how many sign painters I talked to, but it was at least a half a dozen. And every one of them said the same thing. There's no way I can paint a Republican sign. One of my patients always had paint all over his hand. I just assumed he was a house painter, but he was a sign painter. So I asked him, would do me a favor, and he said, for you, I'll paint the sign, but you'll have to come to my place of business and pick it up because I couldn't be caught with a Republican sign in my truck. And that sign is hanging from the beam in the Republican headquarters right now. One night I got home late from a long day at the office, and I sat down to eat. As luck would have it, the phone rang. And I said, hello, and they said, hold for the White House. And my answer was, I've had a tough day. I'm not in the mood for jokes. And the next thing I heard was the voice of the President of the United States, Gerald Ford. The President came to Montgomery County in 1976, accompanied by Senator John Tower, and they drove up West Davis Street along with every band and 4-H group, and it was a tremendous event, not only for the Republicans in the county, but for the county itself. It has been a lot of fun. It's been a great journey, and I know that my replacement is going to fill those shoes well, and I'm going to be here at Republican headquarters, helping the party in every way I can.